Guns N' Roses started attracting local attention immediately, partly for their high-energy performances and partly for their offstage antics. Despite the hype, some labels were wary of the band's unpredictable reputation. The band drew on the sex, drugs, and rock and roll that was all around them, especially the first two. Adler maintains that the band was tight-knit and relatively clean living while recording Appetite, which began in January 1987. He said that they all lived and partied together, and although he smoked weed and drank a little alcohol, he didn't use heroin. He said that Slash and Izzy Stradlin occasionally used the latter, but overall, they all focused on making, quote, the greatest record ever. Others remember it differently. According to GNR accomplice Mark Cantor, while working on the EP that preceded the album, the band was, quote, completely out of control, including the usually relatively sober Rose. Guns N' Roses followed the explosive success of Appetite with the mostly forgotten GNR Lies in 1988. They returned to groundbreaking form and mayhem with 1991's two-volume Use Your Illusion. GNR started working on Illusion in June 1989. At a dysfunctional session in Chicago, they realized they had about 35 songs, but Izzy Stradlin, Steven Adler, and Axl Rose consistently failed to show up. He did, which alienated him from the rest of the band, who were using heavily. In October 1989, he had called out his bandmates' heroin use live on stage while supporting the Rolling Stones, causing tension. The drug use spilled into the sessions. When heroin-addled Adler couldn't play the drum tracks anymore, he was kicked out and replaced with the Cult drummer Matt Sorum. However, Rose's obsessive production irritated Slash and Stradlin. Izzy Stradlin had started to feel alienated from his bandmates even before he got sober. As each started using drugs and alcohol more frequently and more intensely, the substances took over their lives. He traveled separately on the road while they took planes and found it difficult to watch what he perceived as his friend's self-destruction. Even though Rose was usually relatively sober, at least compared to his bandmates, the frontman's outbursts and walkouts put Stradlin on edge.
I said I'm not.
Stradlin quit Guns N' Roses in November 1991. By 1995, Guns N' Roses hadn't released new studio music since 1993's covers album The Spaghetti Incident. The duo considered the core of the band, Slash and Axl Rose, were at loggerheads. In 1997, a year after he officially left, Slash blamed a difference of opinion as far as the band's musical direction was concerned. This was partly true, but Rose's controlling behavior contributed to the tension.